Yerp. What's good? Once upon a time, I don't know if it was this steering wheel, but I had a steering wheel that would allow my phone to sit up here. Like, let me see if I can figure this out. I might just end up having to hold these junk. Probably end up having to hold it. How y'all doing? What's good? No intro, no sound effects, just me sitting in the car waiting for my doctor's appointment. Technically to see the chiropractor. So I am getting my monthly adjustment. And if you're not new here, then this won't be the first time that you've seen me basically just sit in the parking lot. If I had to estimate how long it would take me to get interrupted today is a little different, just because, as Lil Duval would say, my old lady is on the way. She's supposed to be getting an adjustment as well, so I'm pretty sure whenever she gets to the parking lot, she's going to, she's probably going to park right next to me. I just have to assume she will. But what's good with y'all? How are y'all feeling? Hopefully, y'all having a good Friday the 13th. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. So for those of you who I want to say participate. For those of you who participate in Valentine's Day, have fun. For those of you who are adults participating in Valentine's Day, be safe. What they say, this is when Scorpios are made. I'm not a Scorpio though, but shout out to all the Scorpios. You feel me? All these Range Rovers pulling up. That's random. Just Range Rovers. Yeah, trying to get my mind right. Excuse me. It's about to be a long weekend, but I am excited nonetheless for what is to come. There is the World Mudo Federation, which is a martial arts tournament taking place. It starts tonight. That starts tonight. I am so excited. And yet, I got to make sure I get rest. I got to do a lot of stuff because we're making a weekend out of it. I don't know why. World Mudo Federation, a martial arts tournament. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait. It's gonna be exciting. Today, tomorrow, and then Sunday we're gonna be able to chill out, and then Monday should be a holiday. I'm pretty sure Monday's a holiday. So if y'all get off work, whoever gets off work on Monday, make sure you use that to kind of chill. I ain't gonna lie. We've taken down most of our Christmas decorations. We've taken down most of the Christmas decorations. The goal is by the end of February. That's my own goal. I don't know if my wife got a goal set in mind. I think she would probably keep up Christmas decorations all year. But the only thing that stops her from keeping up Christmas decorations all year is she also likes to decorate for other things. And then her decorations would clash, right? So she's definitely one of those like we have a dining room in our house, right? And living with a dining room, I understand while they have this new concept of like a great room. Like, if y'all not familiar with a great room, allow me to put you on, right? So in newer home builds, they have what they call a great room. So instead of using the space to have a separate dining room and a separate living room and a separate, let's call it even sometimes the morning room or breakfast room, you have what they have a great room. So you have your kitchen, and then you have just a large space beyond your kitchen. And within that great room, you would, if you want, you could put a dining room table. You would put all of your like living room furniture. You would just design it all in one room, and you would make it like a functional space. So that's basically the concept of a great room. We have a dining room, and I understand why they came up with the concept of the great room, because we rarely use the dining room. Like, it has a table in there, it has a buffet, it has a china cabinet. So it's like more for show as you enter our home, right? So like it's one of the rooms that is there when you enter the home. So short story is, that is the main space that my wife likes to decorate. She likes to put up, spring decor, I guess, Easter decor. She likes to do the different seasons and certain holidays, so she uses that. And they would clash with Christmas decorations. So I think that's the only thing stopping her from being like, let's decorate the house and let's call it Christmas attire, right? Christmas decor, Christmas attire. Let's dress up the house on Christmas. And as time goes over the year, we wouldn't take down Christmas decorations. We would just refine the decorations. I feel like that's how she would be if she didn't care about like all the other decorations. She would literally just be like, oh, I think I want a different bowl here, or a different, like a new tree. It'll just be like a winter wonderland. You know what I'm saying? Most of the areas in our house during Christmas, I think I showed you guys like some of the Christmas decorations we had. Not all of it, but some of it. And it like, the different rooms like sometimes have a different theme. Definitely a different color scheme. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I seen a video earlier today that made me think. And it made me think because I know a situation has happened to me very similar to the video I saw. And it's like, it changed the way I think, right? And the video that I saw was on Instagram, love me some IG. But it was a guy talking about the French toast theory. Shout out to Shaw in the building. I got no sounds for you today outside of my chiropractor's office. So the guy was talking about the French toast theory. And if you never heard of the French toast theory, again, allow me to put you on. But I promise you, if you start thinking about life in this way, it will change how you view things, right? First of all, before we get into the French toast theory, let's talk about today. Today is Friday the 13th, right? Inshallah, I hope you've been doing well. It's Friday the 13th. Some people see Friday the 13th as a bad day, an unlucky day, right? And then that has increased their thoughts of that by having movies like Friday the 13th, where you have, Jason Voorhees and, Mike Myers and Freddy Krueger just basically murdering people, right? But for the longest time, I have never seen Friday the 13th as a bad day. I've always seen it as a lucky day. Always. I've always seen Friday the 13th as a lucky day. I've always seen black cats as crossing your path as lucky. And that may not be the first time some of you have heard me say that. Now, to the French toast theory. What is the French toast? I said French toast. Hey, I'm cooked, chat. I meant burnt toast. I don't know how many times I said French toast, but burnt toast. You've been working on changing mindset on Friday the 13th, among other things. Okay, so let's reset your mindset right now. Friday the 13th is a lucky day, right? Whoever told you it was not good luck, screw that person, first of all. Second of all, it is a great day. And spend the rest of your day thinking Friday the 13th, which comes around every so often and randomly, is always a lucky day, right? That's the first thing. Second thing, burnt toast. All right. So the burnt toast theory is the theory, or what we would refer to as a good luck conspiracy. So sometimes there's conspiracy theories that, when you think conspiracy theory, you think, oh, this is bad. And I'll get into that later. But the burnt toast theory is a good conspiracy theory, which is you put toast in the morning because, let's say, you're getting breakfast prepared for yourself or your kid, and you burn your toast, right? But burning your toast, you still understand, okay, toast is for breakfast. That's what I had planned. We're eating toast, or I'm eating toast. So you have to remake your toast. It only takes a minute, but you have to remake it, right? This time, you burnt your toast, so you change your toast to the correct setting. And that happening, the time it took for you to say, okay, I burnt my toast, and remake your toast over, the universe or God or Buddha or whoever you believe in has taken the time to adjust your day for good reasons. Okay? So I'll first talk to you about the video, and then I'll talk to you about my experience. The video I saw, the guy explained the burnt toast theory. And he says, this light, right? And if you're following me on Instagram, feel free to go check the video. It's posted on my story. He goes, you see this light? This light is right outside of this parking garage. And this light was green one day. And he tells the story about how he was driving through the light and a car was flying out of the parking garage, right? There's my wife right there. The car was flying out of the parking garage, and he said, we missed each other by inches. And who knows what type of devastation or accident that may have caused had we collided. And he goes, it's because something happened in my day earlier that day. He said earlier that day, and again, chat, it doesn't necessarily have to be burnt toast. It could be a little inconvenience. That's the point. So he goes, earlier in my day, a car got in front of me, and the car was driving as if they were either lost or a new driver. And he said, instead of getting frustrated like I would in other situations, he said, instead, I just slowed down and gave that car space to maneuver and figure out what they wanted to do. That adjustment in my time delayed me just enough to possibly not be killed by this car speeding out of the parking garage through an intersection. That's a great way to look at things. It's looking for positive first instead of going to the negative first. Exactly, right? So that was his story. So now my story, right? One day I got up, and if you're a parent, this might resonate with you. Most times you get up, you're trying to maintain a specific flow of your day because or you've learned, all right, it takes us this long to get dressed. It takes us this long to get out the house. It takes us this long to get to either my kid's school or whatever the case is. All those things you have in your head, probably down to the minute. And you always say, all right, no matter what happens, if this is the time I need to be out the house, at the latest, if I'm out the house by this time, we won't be late, right? Most parents can resonate with that. It happened to my uncle for 9/11. He was annoyed with taking off one day for work where something just told him, screw it, I'm going to stay home. I'm grateful he did. That, see? Things like that, right? So this one day, I can't recall if my son was just not wanting to put on his shoes that day or whatever it was. Whatever it was, right? But it delayed us, right? It delayed us. And I didn't get upset. I said, you know what? It's okay. We're still going to make it to our destination. It's fine, right? Us getting there 1 or 2 minutes earlier, especially for school or otherwise, is not the end of the world. So we took our time. Then we got in the car. Yes, we were running later than we normally would. We got in the car. We start driving our normal route we always drive. And as I get closer, down this back road that I normally take to, go towards my one of my son's schools, we come across a major accident. The accident has already happened. The accident is now surrounded by ambulance and police and fire trucks. And it's possible that someone may have lost their life. I don't know the result, but all I know is that is my route. That accident happened that day. It potentially happened at the time where I could have been crossing that path, right? My assumption of that accident, because on that back road, there's literally only one street that comes as like a cross street. And my assumption is it could have been, someone speeding. Maybe someone didn't know the street ended at that point and that it was going to come to a dead end, which is a cross street, and slammed into another car, potentially harming, killing, hospitalizing, or others to create that accident. It's like everything happens for a reason kind of thing. Yep, just let go, let God guide the path. That's been my new focus. Exactly. God's rejection is your protection. A delay or a hiccup in your day may be your protection. Exactly. Right? So that's a good luck conspiracy, because when you recognize the moment that changes your day and you're grateful for it instead of frustrated, when you get on the road and somebody cuts you off, right? If you leave in the house and you go and your kid is like, bro, you were supposed to put your shirt on 3 minutes ago, and they just haven't done it, and now you're delayed 30 seconds. Instead of yelling, instead of being frustrated, this is for all of us, try to observe that moment, whatever it is that would normally cause you frustration or cause you delay, and think, you know what? It's going to be fine. Turn on your music or whatever you got to do and just have a good day, right? Especially when it comes to work. I tell my family this all the time. I say, listen, I'm rarely late for pretty much anything. But in the case where I am late, right? It's not unheard of me being late. In the case that I am late, and I always tell this right here, right? I always tell her, hey, it's okay if you run late, right? It's okay. It doesn't matter what the result is. If you are late 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and someone decides to berate you or act like they want to have an attitude with you because you're running behind, listen, don't let them ruin your day. It is okay. It's okay to be late, right? It's not the end of the world, right? Unless you're in a position where time absolutely is of the essence, right? If you are working personnel security for the president or for a convoy or whatever, or you're doing a special operations mission, yes, time matters. But if you're rushing to get to your office job or your warehouse job and they're threatening, I'm going to fire you, I'm going to do this if you're another minute late, and you are a minute late, don't stress. Don't stress. Because that may be something, if you look at that moment as, you know what, even if I'm late, this might be the moment that changes my life. Maybe you walk into work. Maybe you get fired, right? This is your third time, whatever the case is, you're fired. Cool. Don't be mad. It's just a job, right? Don't be mad. Because there could be something that is better for you, right? And the burnt toast theory, right? The something that's better for you is making it back home that day. You feel me? So shout out to that. Definitely don't care about being fired. Just go get some unemployment or something until, you know what I'm saying? Until you get something new. Definitely don't worry about no job. Listen, it's 2026. We are not stressing over jobs. We're not stressing over people who don't have the best intentions for our life. We're just going to do our thing. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do our thing. For me, today, I was definitely running late. And because I believe in this burnt toast theory, and I also believe in using that opportunity to just talk to my kids yeah, we're running behind, but it's okay, right? Because now you set a tone and a precedence for their life as they're growing up to realize if I'm late, I don't have to do a mad dash to get to class or to get to work. Whatever the case is, it's going to work out. But one thing's for sure, if you're rushing because you're upset, because you're mad, mistakes happen and people lose their life. That's a fact. That's a fact. That is a fact, chat. So yeah. I'm staring at her because she's over there doing a video conference. She double booked her appointments. So she's supposed to be in this building in 10 minutes. And that appointment she's on is going to be longer than 10 minutes. So I'm going to go in there and see if I can every now and again, our appointments align, right? So this is one of those days. And our doctor, our chiropractor, he's pretty good knowing all right, we have a back-to-back appointment, so he won't mind if I go in there and take her appointment. I'll just say, yeah, just give her my appointment. She's outside trying to handle another doctor's call, and they'll probably be pretty cool about it. I don't think they'll be, this is a very relaxing place. I don't take pictures of the doctor's office or anything like that, but I'll tell you for sure, this man's office, chat, listen, a guy who can set up his office like this definitely had huzz back in the day. Definitely had huzz, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Because this doctor's office ain't your regular doctor's office. The moment you walk in there, it's a vibe. And it's not like a cheesy, they got fake grass on the wall type of vibe. It is very elegant and warm. It's freezing outside. It's literally, you could still see look, y'all see that? Y'all can still see the snow piled up. You see how high that snow is piled up behind me? It's freezing outside. And you go in there and they got the fireplace. They got a TV, real subtle, right? TV's on, no sound coming from the TV. Got the music playing. It's, the nice chair, nice decor. You know what I'm saying? It's real nice. It gives a good feeling because this place is, these type of appointments, you want to be relaxing. You want it to be relaxing. Getting the adjustment, it's a full experience. So for me, I don't know if I ever told you guys how my appointment typically goes, but it goes a little something like this, Chad. I go in, I sign in, etc. I wait for not long. And then when I go in, right, and get ready for my appointment, depending on what I need done, most times I get set up to like a TENS machine, right? If you don't know what a TENS machine is, but it basically stimulates your nerves and helps with like inflamed areas, right? So it's really loosening on your muscles and things like that. After that, I get on a spine roller. So I'm laying there and it like makes me do a little Omarion move while I'm laying there. It like rolls on my back. It's almost like a massager, right? Then after that, I get on what I refer to, I don't know the name of the machine, chat, as a stretcher, where my legs are literally strapped into the machine and I'm holding on to the bars up top, and it bends down and then flexes back. Bends down, flexes back. So it like flexes your spine. So after that, I go through those sequences. Sometimes the assistant will have me do certain stretches, things like that. Then I get my adjustment, and all you hear is crazy. Then I would say about 2 hours after my adjustment, I'm gonna need a nap. I'm gonna need at least a quick little short nap for sure. That's what them adjustments do to you. So yeah. But getting adjusted so I can stay loose. Y'all gotta make sure y'all wish me well, because you know your boy True. Listen, I said it before. And for the record, most people in my life don't know that this is a part of my life, Chad. And I'm not talking about the chiropractor. I'm talking about martial arts. So if you are somebody who I hang out with in personal life and you're here and this is your first time hearing it, well, yes. But, chat, most people do not know. It's one of those things I keep to myself. I don't post about it in terms of me doing it, but martial arts, man. So this weekend is a martial arts tournament, and I am a competitor in the tournament. So yes, at my big age, I compete in martial arts tournaments. And the tournament starts today. So I'm getting adjusted. I'm getting my mind right. I'm going home, getting some things together. I got to do some work, etc., etc., etc. And then it's going to be about that action for the rest of the weekend. Oh, it's cool, Shaw. That's cool. This is actually a physical therapy place too. They have this whole building, I think, is filled with physical therapists and chiropractors and stuff. But yeah, so wish me well, because I'm sparring tomorrow. If y'all remember my last tournament that I was in when I was sparring, I did win, but I did also get punched in the face. Dude punched me right in the eye. And I had like a slit over my eye, which is fine, right? It's not the end of the world, But I am going into this tournament. I feel prepared. We had a crazy, me and the guys, that's part of my specific studio. We had a crazy session last night. We were going crazy. Everybody felt good coming out of there. We were basically beating each other up, right? To kind of get our minds and our bodies ready for the tournament and whoever, because we don't know who we're going to go against. The last time I was in the tournament, I went against someone who, in martial arts terms, was much more advanced than myself. Much, much more. But I still won, right? And this time, some of my martial arts family, my buddies, they're like, yeah, True gonna have to make sure he's super locked in, because if he gotta fight the dude that he fought last time, that dude probably been spending the last 6 months with his picture in his room. And every time he walk in, he probably do push-ups or something to get prepared. You gotta get hit to know how tough you are. Facts. But I get hit. Like when we just in our studio, oh, we hit. We literally like, besides our actual sparring sessions where we punch each other in the face and kick each other in the ribs and stuff like that, we also, some of our actual training from our master is us literally just standing there getting kicked in the rib cage. Yeah. Kick them 10 times with the right leg, then kick them 10 times with the left leg, and then switch. Then the other person kicks. Like, yeah, I just literally stand there with my arm up like this and get kicked in the ribs, chat. Out of all sparring sessions though, I will say when I was going against one of my mates, right, in my studio, we both did a round kick at the same time and clashed shins, chat. We smacked shins. And when I tell you I had a knot on my shin for the last 3 months, I mean, this knot might be a part of my life now. It has gone down drastically, but I'm not 100% confident that I didn't actually fracture my leg. It might have been fractured. But yeah, that is one of the hazards. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the hazards, man. But yeah, so Friday the 13th, the tournament starts on a lucky day. And I'm ready. Win, lose, or draw. I'm just there for the experience and the mental health. And then eventually, I will reveal to my friends and family that I have been in martial arts. I have a specific time, and it's when all of the people who I'm going through this process with, all of my buddies, right, that I met in martial arts, when all of us reach a specific point together, that's going to be the time. Because a lot of us are different levels, but once we all are, because eventually you all get to the same level, right? And once we're there, I don't mind saying it on here, but then I may reveal some of my journey to my friends and family. Until then, I'ma lock in. But time for me to go into this doctor's office because, one, I got to make sure I can get the 9 o'clock appointment instead of this lady. See. Say bye. Wave. I don't know if she can hear that. She can't hear me knocking on that glass. Let's see if I can get her attention. Y'all see that little wave? She trying to stay focused while waving. Anyway, chat, that's all I have for y'all today. I gotta get into this appointment, and I'm gonna holler at y'all. I'm gonna let y'all know how it goes. Let me go ahead and sip some water real quick, but I'm gonna let y'all know how it goes. And hopefully my wife, who again is right next to me in this car, will get some good footage, and maybe I can show some footage. So I'll let y'all know. Yeah, another look at her. There she go. Doing her appointment. She like, bro, get out my face. But yeah, that's it. Appreciate y'all coming to show me some love. And I'm gonna catch y'all next time. Told you it's a short stream. Stay lucky.